You're the fresh voice.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Dr. Industry. Let's see, reporting for Sports FanaTAKE. Let me see what patient I have today on the appointment sheet, man. So it looks like we're going to be looking at the Milwaukee Bucks today. We're going to have to get a diagnosis, a prognosis, and then we're going to find out what's wrong with them, make sure they don't need operation or surgery. We're going to find out what the hell's wrong with them, but they definitely need to be checked out. So let's get into it.
And clearly, we missed you. Is there more pressure on Giannis to win that second ring?
Hell yeah. To be honest with you, Molly, he has the most pressure in the NBA to win a ring. You know why? Because he's the one. Hold on.
Let him talk.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has a lot of blood on his hands when it comes down to this organization of the Milwaukee Bucks. When it comes down to a coach that he won a championship with and Mike Budenholzer, Giannis Antetokounmpo had his hands in that for as him getting fired. Okay, cool. Now you wanted a new coach. You signed off on Adrian Griffin. Adrian Griffin was fired with a record of 30-13. They were second in the Eastern Conference when this man got fired. Giannis, you signed off on that. Giannis, you put pressure on the Milwaukee Bucks to trade Drew Holiday to get in a new superstar. I'm not saying he went and said trade Drew Holiday, but he put the pressure on the Bucks to make a move which acquired Damian Lillard. So now you got Damian Lillard, you got a new coach in midseason at Doc Rivers who won a championship, and Drew Holiday is in your conference with the Boston Celtics, who have the best record in the league. So if you're Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Bucks has done everything and more to please you, to make sure the pieces around you fit, to get you another bona fide superstar. You have the most pressure in the entire NBA to win the title because of the situation I just told you about.
Now, for privacy reasons, could not let you hear the conversation that took place between me and the patient previous to us listening to, Nurse Perkins. But the patient said they're good. They don't need to win a championship. They've won one. They're good. So one of the symptoms are content. They then said 20 seconds later, oh yeah, I would love to win another one. I definitely want to win another one. So now they're indecisive because 30 seconds prior to that, they said, oh, they don't need to win another one. So you got contentment, you have indecisiveness, you have no accountability. That's another symptom. And listening to Nurse Perkins, I happen to agree. Let me give you the prognosis. The Milwaukee Bucks right now are suffering from, if it ain't broke, you shouldn't have messed with it. If it ain't broke, you shouldn't have messed with it. Coach Budenholzer won them a championship, correct? He came over from a team where he was coaching the Atlanta Hawks. And he had them at the number 1 seed one of those years when his star player was Kyle Korver. Y'all remember that? Now, they couldn't get past LeBron James. But he had the Atlanta Hawks, the number 1 seed one year. They won almost 60 games. They may have even won 60 games. You bring him over, he wins a championship. That's what you want him to do. What happened last year? Or the year before last? Giannis Antetokounmpo had a 3-2 lead. He brought a 3-2 lead back to his building. Right? Brought a 3-2 lead back to his building. Where he lost Game 6 and then lost Game 7 in Boston. What happened last year? Was it Coach Bud's fault that Giannis Antetokounmpo decided to play half of the playoff series? That's another symptom. No toughness. No toughness. They're not able to get through playing hurt. Playoff time comes, you got to play hurt. This is what you load manage and everything all through the season for. To be available come playoff time. If you're not going to be available come playoff time, what was the point of load managing all through the year? They want you available for all games. So Giannis Antetokounmpo was not available for what, the first 3 games of that series? But he did play the last 2. And on top of that, in the 3 games that he didn't play, the Bucks was able to win one of those games. The only games that the Bucks won last year, Giannis didn't play in. Is that Coach Bud's fault? Was it Coach Bud's fault that Giannis couldn't get a 3-2 lead back in his building and couldn't bring it home? Yeah, I know he had no Middleton, but you're that guy. If you're that guy, and you're in your building, and you are a defending champ, and you're in your building, because I think that year they were defending champs. No, that was the year after they were defending champs. And you got a 3-2 lead back in your building, even without Chris Middleton. If you're that guy, you got to get that game home. Right? Then last year, is it Coach Bud's fault that you blew a 17-point lead in the second half and a 15-point lead in the fourth quarter? Is it Coach Bud's fault? And that was just game 4. Was it Coach Bud's fault that you then blew a 14-point lead in game 5 with 7 minutes to go? Is it Coach Bud's fault that the team missed, 18 free throws and Giannis missed 13 of those? Is that Coach Bud's fault? No, but Coach Bud had to take the axe for it. Because Giannis Antetokounmpo, if he could have made 3 more free throws, instead of missing 13, if you just would have missed 10, the Bucks would have won. But Coach Bud had to take the fall for that, Giannis. And what did you say? Oh, there's no losers. We're all winners. Remember that? So that's another symptom. They're not taking it serious. They're in denial that there's something wrong. So the symptoms are indecisive, feeling of contentment, no accountability, no toughness. Here's my prognosis. I think the Milwaukee Bucks need to start Patrick Beverley at the point and start Damian Lillard at the 2. This way, Patrick Beverley is not as good as Jrue Holiday, but you have a very good defender at the point of attack. Right now, at this rate, you're starting Damian Lillard and Malik Beasley in the backcourt, and neither one of them can guard a parked car. So you need to let Patrick Beverley be the point. Let him guard the point of attack. Let Damian Lillard be the 2 guard. Chris Middleton at the 3. Giannis at the 4. Lopez at the 5. Malik Beasley needs to be the first man off the bench. 6th man. Bobby Porter, 2nd man off the bench. And then when you get to the third man, you can go Connington, you can go Crowder, whoever you want to go. But I think you need to try that because he at least brings some toughness. You have enough scoring. You have enough scoring. He brings some toughness. And he is not as good as Jrue Holiday, but your defense will get better. Try that. That's the prognosis. Try that. If it doesn't work, come back and see me in 2 weeks. It's Dr. Industry, signing off for the Sports Fanatic.